Oh, I have one. In fact, I actually have two.
I was like, are we doing it? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Right next to me, so I might as well. Like, literally in the bag next to me, but who cares? Anyway, hi, castaways. Hey, welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I have, as I seem to have a lot in recaps recently, I'm drinking Dutch Bros. It is today a sugar-free Rebel with blackberry, sugar-free peach, and sugar-free white chocolate. And it is my current go-to regular combination. And it is absolutely spectacular.
Great.
Thank you. It probably sounds horrible to you, Lana.
Sugar-free is not the way to go for me.
It's the way to go for me.
You do you, I'll do me, and stick with my sugars.
Great.
Hi everybody. I'm Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spit the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I am not drinking anything. I really just. It was all because I was too lazy to go run and grab something to drink. I'm gonna be honest. I sat down and I was like,
fair.
This is where I'm sitting. I'm not getting up anymore. It's just one of those moments for me. But what I do have always near and dear by my side is my cup mug. And you can get your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship domestically and internationally, so there are no excuses unless you're in a war-torn country or your country is on fire. Then there are some excuses. But when all that nonsense is over and everything is back to normal, celebrate with a cup mug or any of our beautiful cup mugs. Go check out the Etsy shop. We got some beautiful things in there. So check it out.
We do indeed. You know, a strong premiere sometimes begets an okay second episode.
Yeah. I mean, we can't expect every episode to be on fire drama all the time. Sometimes.
With Probst available on iTunes.
On fire. I got it. Got it. But yeah. But this episode, although it wasn't lacking all the drama from the first episode, it had its share of drama, which we will talk about.
It sure did.
And so I'm very ready to talk about it.
I am really, really excited. We're going to dive in to this second episode. Before we do, though, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things competitive reality TV. Right now, we are closing out both The Anonymous and Big Brother 26. We are filming this on the eve, and by eve, I mean like 3 hours from now is the double eviction. Cannot wait. It's going to be chaos. I'm so excited. We've got some other fun content, House of Villains in a couple of weeks. We might be here for Traders Canada. I don't know. We haven't really decided yet.
I think we are. It
was a good premiere.
I'm gonna watch.
It was a good premiere.
Maybe we'll get that in this week, or if not, we'll do both episodes 1 and 2 next week.
Definitely.
That's what I promise.
Fair enough. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access. So, Lana, we start this episode right out the gate.
Right out the gate.
We don't even see Gata going back to Tribal. We cut to Lavo, and we're seeing, as I thought we would see, Rome going in the middle of the night, getting his idol clue.
but it's too dark, can't see it.
Nope. So he opens it the next morning and decides that he's going to share the clue, the knowledge, and the location with Teeny.
Mm-hmm.
And for my sake, I was like, cool, great. Work with Teeny. Teeny, great. Love it. Wonderful. We like Teeny. We stand Teeny.
Teeny said, I don't want to work with him.
They said no.
Teeny
they
said,
said no, thank you.
Teeny said, what? Excuse me?
So they said, oh, there's another on the tribe? Another queer individual? Okay, let me go tell Keyshawn. Let me go tell Keyshawn.
I think it was more of a Rome was already part of the plan to go out first anyway.
Uh-huh.
And it was like Teeny said, I don't want to be involved with Rome because everybody else who I want to be involved in is against Rome. So therefore, no thank you. But what I will do,
yes,
what I will do with this knowledge and wealth of information that just dropped on my lap, I'll go find Keyshawn, my other one that I want to work with, and make sure that he has the same knowledge that I have. And I was like, okay, Teeny. But
I was like, all right, queers working together. Thank you. I
was like, okay, work. But Teeny, I need you to tighten it up a little bit though. I need you to, in the words of Cerie Fields, I need you to tighten it up and be a little bit more discreet and not doing it in the broad daylight in the middle of the day when Rome is just roaming around.
Because in the words of Deborah Cox, Rome came up and said, absolutely not.
How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. Like,
I tried that love thing for so long. For the last time.
Like, no. And that's when he looked at Teeny.
No.
He looked at Teeny and was like,
nobody's supposed to be here.
No.
Nobody's supposed to be here.
No, nobody's supposed to be in this area looking at my spot, checking out my box. But then Teeny was like, well, no, I told him because I want us to be the core. Rome was like, I'm not buying it. Rome was like, yeah, yeah.
Teeny was hoping Rome would say, but you came around to change my mind.
Right. But Rome said, no. Nobody's supposed to be here. So, and that is our love for Deborah Cox, period.
And that is today's Deborah Cox moment. Ding.
But yeah. So I was like, Teeny, girl, child, baby, honey, child, love,
baby,
darling,
all of that,
honey bun, sweet pie, button it up. Don't do it in the middle of the day when Rome is just out. You got to make sure he's somewhere doing something else. You can quickly, Keyshawn, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a box. I know where it is. We go off and look for it, and I'm gonna show you what's happening. You don't just walk, but yeah, she got caught, but it's okay. It's okay. It ain't affecting her right. It ain't affecting them right now. It's not affecting them right now. But we'll see if it does affect them later on.
I hope it doesn't. I think with where Teeny's positioned, and specifically where Rome is positioned as well, I honestly don't see it being all that much of an issue because I think other tribe members are more likely to trust Teeny right now than they are Rome. I don't think Rome is going to be able to flip a bunch of these people onto his side from hearsay. And I feel like Keyshawn, if asked, would side with Teeny still.
Especially
so I'm not
with
too
everything
worried.
That happened.
Yes.
But
I'm a little worried.
I'm a little worried. And I'm a little worried for other reasons as well for Teeny, but not in particular this reason. But we do see, like we said, Keyshawn sees where the box is. Rome catches them looking at the box. Rome decides to just take the one. He's not going to do another task. He's like, I'm just
honestly, if I was Rome, that's what I would probably do in this scenario too.
Especially when everybody's watching. Yeah, you got two people sitting there. Just take the one and move on. You don't have to do another task.
And I'm fairly confident that the first time Lavo goes to tribal, he's just going to play it.
Yes.
Just get rid of it. I don't need it. anymore. And I think that's honestly the smartest thing for him to do in this scenario.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So he has it. He plays. He has it. They go. Then we move over to Tuku.
Yeah.
And we see TK starting to rally the troops a little bit. He's like, I need to get a group of people who I feel is going to work hard in this game, has the same mindset that I have in this game. I'm really was trying to, he was like, he even admitted, like, I was going to get the bros together and we would go do this whole thing. But Gabe is sketching me out a little bit. He's doing some weird stuff and he is sketching out a lot of people in the camp. So I don't know. So he goes to Tiana and he's like, look, I think me, you, and Kyle could be something good because I don't think I could trust Gabe like I thought I could in the beginning because he out here actively looking for idols. We caught him looking for idols. I don't know. And so she's kind of like, oh, wow, this is great because I thought that the bros was getting so comfortable that they was broing it up. But
breaking news, not the case.
Not the case. She's like, wow. So that's interesting. And the fact that they want to work with me is kind of all right. Okay.
They won't work a little on me. Okay.
Work, period. And so TK goes to Kyle and explains that with Kyle and Tiana, and they were like, Kyle's like, yeah, absolutely. This is a great group. These are the people who I wanted to work with anyway. I think this is a good idea. Let's do this. So they solidify their 3. Great. Gabe, on the other hand, knows he's not really a part of the bros, although the guys are trying to make him feel like he is they do have this bro thing going on. He kind of feels like that's not who I want to work with. I personally want to work with Sue and Caroline because I feel like sitting in the end with Sue and Caroline, I win. And I'm like, what makes you think that? What?
It is, sir, it is day 4.
Right. I was like, what
it
makes
is day 4.
What makes you think?
Why are we already thinking about final tribal choices, like who you want to sit next to? And B, when was the last time that 3 people in an alliance from the same tribe made it to final tribal council together? I want to say the only one that is popping up in my mind currently is Fiji. Shout out to Giaworthy. Shout out to Giaworthy. Like literally, I think that's the last one I can remember.
That's the last.
So it's like, why are we?
You maybe have 2, maybe in the same tribe, but never really 3. I've never seen 3 in a long time.
45,
right? With Yam Yam and
not Caroline. With D and Austin.
D and Austin, Jam Jam and Caroline was another one right before them, but it was always 2. It's never 3.
It's very rarely 3. So it's like, why are we? Like, why is that the first thing going through your mind and not, oh, these are 2 people that I like. They're people that I can probably beat in challenges later on. Like, that's a little bit more realistic.
Or these are the 2 people I want to take to merge with me because I feel like I could trust them once we get to merge together.
They'll listen to what I have to say.
Instead of the end. But okay. And then what makes you think if you get to the end with them that you win? Automatically.
Honestly, I'm going to say this right now. We have not seen a whole lot of Caroline. But what we have seen of Caroline, I like Caroline. I think Caroline is someone to look out for. She's either, based on her edit 2 episodes in, I'm going to say this about her, and I'm going to say this about Genevieve. Because Genevieve, according to confessional count, Genevieve is the only person this episode without a confessional. So my theory right now is either Caroline, and this goes for Caroline or Genevieve. Either they're going to make it decently far, or they're one of the next people to go home.
Okay. But so he wants to work with Caroline and Sue, and I'm like, okay. So he goes to Caroline and is trying to convince her that they could be a great work, have a great working relationship, and they should be a good 3 with Sue. And Caroline is like, I don't know if I believe that. So then he shows her his idol. And she's like, maybe. Because that shows a lot of trust. You know that meme where the woman is like, That was Caroline.
Like Kombucha Girl. Brittany Broski, Kombucha Girl, yeah.
Yes, that was very much
Well, yeah, very that.
Yeah.
Very that.
That was very much Caroline. She was just like, I don't know,
but yes.
But since he showed me the item, maybe we could work together because I can trust him and he knows I know about this item.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Well, yes.
Well, yes. I have a bias. I'm gonna. If you know me, you know what my bias is gonna be. I honestly do think that this could be a good working 3. Honestly, I don't think Caroline is ever going to fully trust anything that comes out of Gabe's mouth. But I think they would be a good 3 to work together.
It would be very unexpected for a lot of people who wouldn't understand why someone like Gabe would want to work with someone like a Caroline and a Sue. Not saying there's anything wrong with the Caroline and a Sue, but I think it's a good balance to get into the game because I think Gabe will be a good brute strength kind of person while Caroline is smart, and I think she's a very savvy person, and I think so is Sue.
I was literally about to say savvy. Like, that is my word for Caroline right now, 2 episodes in. It's like, Gabe is the sweat, Caroline is the savvy, and Sue is
the sassy.
Oh.
Sue is the sassy.
Yeah.
Because Sue was like, well, we'll talk about it later on in this episode. Sue's sassy.
Yes.
But, yeah, so I think it's a good balance between the two. And so they were like, cool, we'll make that work. Yep. And so then later on in this, with Tuku, we see TK and Sue and Tiana, they're laying on the beach. I think Sue and Tiana were trying to like maybe take a nap and sunbathe a little bit, get a little sun.
Right.
And TK was just talk, chit chat, talking about all these things, who he is, how, all this stuff. And I think he's talking to Kyle. And he's just going on and on and on and on and on and on. And Sue was getting annoyed because she was like, I came down here to sleep. I came down here to catch some breaks and relax. And here he comes, just talk. Nobody can rest with him. Nobody can get any sleep with him. Oh my God. And Tiana's like, I know, he is a lot. He is a lot to handle right now. And she's like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. He just won't be quiet. And so in her confessional, she's like, these boys just go on and on, just talking and talking. He don't even realize I got a cooler job than him. I'm a pilot. I fly airplanes. I'm a pilot. And he's talking about his little commentator job. I am a pilot. I was just like,
bitch, you may be a pilot. This man works for the NFL.
I was like,
okay, here's
you both have really good, cool jobs. Like, relax.
I have a genuine question. Does Sue understand where the hell she is?
Child, I don't know.
Does Sue know that she's on Survivor and not just on a vacation in Fiji? Because, like...
She wanted her sleep. She wanted
her sleep. On Survivor?
She wanted her nap. Sue is like, look here. Shush. I'm sleeping. Shh. I need a nap. I'm 56 years old. I need a nap.
And honestly, the moment we started getting these confessionals from Sue is the moment I knew exactly how this episode was going to go. Because at the end of the day, the one thing we know damn well is that the white woman usually gets her way.
Oh. Mm. And so we move to
Lavo.
lava. We go to Gata.
Oh, do we?
We do
I'm
go
gonna
to
be real. I'm gonna be real honest. I watched this episode. Do not remember a single order that anything is in.
yes, we go to Gata
So
because we
yeah,
already
I'm
started. We
even
started with
gonna go
Lavo.
ahead and just yeah. There we go. I know what happened, and I can comment on it properly. It's just one of those days where the order of things in this episode did not register for me at all.
I watched it this morning, so it's very fresh.
I watched it live last night.
Right. So
But yes, God, what happened, Lana?
So we go to Gata, and they are placating Andy in this moment.
Oh, baby Andy.
It was so like awkward to watch for me. And for me, I was like, oh no. Ew.
No.
Don't. But they were like, you go, Andy. You got this. Do it. He's cracking the coconut. That's the way to crack a coconut, Andy. Yay. And they were all like, we know Andy is somebody who needs words of affirmation. And so we're going to give it to him. Anika pretty much said Andy is like, she's like, I know him. I know his type. He's the guy on the apps who is like a clingy boyfriend.
Toxic, clingy boyfriend. That was the tagline for the preview that I saw all week in anticipation for this episode. Annika, you icon. I'm holding my stand card. I'm holding my stand card right now. I'm not ready to give it out to anybody yet. Mm-hmm. But I certainly am holding it. I'm going to use this as a placeholder. Mm-hmm. I'm holding it, Annika. I'm holding it. It's right here. And maybe one or two more episodes. Like, I'm worried for her. But that stand card, I'm holding. Mm-hmm. I'm holding it. I'm holding it.
She is giving us a lot of sass and a lot of moments.
Good TV.
Very good TV. So I was like, okay. She was like, he's a toxic, clingy boyfriend. And so they were placating him and they were making him feel like you're fitting in. No, you're great. We love you here. You're welcome here. So then the girls go off to go idol hunting and they're looking.
Literally.
And they can't find anything. And so Sam was on Andy duty. Literally had to babysit Andy and make sure he doesn't go and do anything. And so Sam talks to Andy, they're hanging out. And I think Andy is like worming his way a little bit into Sam's heart as far as the game. And so he's working. And so Sam was like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. So he goes to the bathroom and Andy's sitting there like, should I just sit here?
In that moment, I was like, big mistake. Huge.
Right. Huge mistake. And he was like, do I sit here? And then he did that little twitch with his eye. And he said, nope, I gotta go. And he got up and he was out. And what did I say was going to happen? I said it last week. I said, Andy is going to find that idol. And guess what? Andy finds the beware advantage. But plot twist, not something I predicted, not something I expected. Andy said, you know what? I don't know if I should take this right now because I don't know if that's best for me right now. So I'm going to put it back, but I'm like hide it deeper in so like nobody can find it. And then if I need to find it, I'll come back to it. And I was like, oh, that's risky. I would have just took it and moved on. Like if I'm going to take it, I'm going to take it. And
do you want to know the other really fun thing about this moment?
What's that?
Where they put this beware advantage is where Jem hid the beware advantage last season after she got it.
Oh, wow. I did not pay attention.
So Gata's on the same beach as the Blue Tribe from last year.
Wow.
I saw someone point that out on Twitter. I don't remember. It might have actually been someone from 46, if I remember right. It actually might have been Brandon Donlin. I'm gonna be real with you. It might have been Brandon Donlin. But I was like, that's so shady of producers to do, and I love every moment of it.
That's wild.
I love it because they wouldn't have seen 46 before they went to film. So
absolutely.
Period.
So, I love that for that. But so he puts it back and he goes back, and what Sam comes back to camp and is like, shoot, where's Andy?
Yep.
Where is Andy? God dog it. He's like, I'm the babysitter who turned their back for a moment and the kid disappears. And he goes and he's like, so Andy comes back, but he goes to Annika and he's like, I turned my back, went to the bathroom, and Andy was gone when I came back. I don't know where he went. I don't know what he's doing. And she's like, we should go look for the idol then. So they go looking, and they find the same Beware Advantage that Andy found and put back.
Slightly misplaced now, but yes.
Same one. So they find it and they take it and go. And so he opens it, reads it. They go find the key. Well, they go find the box. Box leads them to where the key is. They go find the key. And they go find the key and he puts it in his shoes. So he goes and tells Sierra because he hates that he found it with Annika because he was like, Annika's the last person I would actually want to find an idol with because I know she's gonna go tell Rachel. Cut to Annika telling Rachel. Cut to Annika telling Rachel. It's like, okay. So
Survivor editors are on one this season. Honestly, this editing, this cinematography and this editing, everything. I'm loving it. They've been on it
for the last couple of seasons. I've been like, okay, y'all all right. Work. So he goes to Sierra and he's like, because Sierra's my number one, I gotta tell her and not, So he tells Sierra and she's like very excited that he found it. They're like, she's gotta go find, we'll go open the box, we'll go do all this stuff. But Sam knew also he had to tell Rachel. Because he could not tell Rachel knowing Annika knew and knowing Annika probably told Rachel. So he was like, and which smart.
Very smart.
I was like, okay, Sam. So he goes and he tells Rachel. He takes Rachel with him to undo the knots to get the key.
Okay, is this the most difficult of the key retrieval?
Oh, absolutely.
There's one that was just like, Rome's was like pouring water on the bark or something, which makes it, but I do like that all three of them are different and all three are very difficult challenges, honestly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like the upgraded Beware Advantage, this version, big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of this version, honestly. Because there was the driftwood one into the well for Rome, the Rome flavored water.
Yeah.
And then this one was all the knots and everything like that.
Gabe's was the
key in the tree, mountain. And then he dropped his box. Yeah.
Well,
all three of them have been really good.
To get the key, he had to literally go up to the mountains and retrieve all these vines and pull it down. So that's why he got caught by TK.
I remember that. Yep.
It was a lot. So she goes and helps him with the knots. They get the key. She's very excited that he knows that she knows. So then he leaves, opening the box with him and Sierra because he was like, I wanted this to be just me and you because you are my number one. He opens the box, sees what is inside, sees that he has either do another task to make it the item good for 3-day tribal councils, or just take the one and it'll be good for one tribal council. He takes the one and was like, I'm not going to keep doing nothing else. I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to go.
I think with how complex the situation had gotten for Sam, I think that's probably the best option because we don't need, he doesn't need, to then go on to do the 3 clues and then not have an idol to show for it. Right. And then he would have to tell Sierra. And then by proxy, he would probably also have to tell Annika and Rachel about the whole process. So I think cutting his losses here and getting the one-time tribal idol will be good. And whenever they go to tribal, he'll use it and it'll be good and he'll be safe. So
right. They'll put an idol back out there and it won't be the beware event. It'll just be an idol.
Exactly.
But I think when you find it with people, that's the best thing to do is just take it the first time and
100%.
just go. If he would have did it by himself and found it by himself, then I could see him doing a different task and making it longer.
And I probably would have recommended that, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're doing it by yourself, nobody knows you have it. Keep going. Do something else. Try to make it last as long as possible.
Absolutely.
But, so he gets it. It's his one tribal council advantage, and that's what it is. So after all of that, we go to the challenge.
We do.
Yeah, we go to the challenge. And it's really just, like you said, obstacle, puzzle, puzzle.
Obstacle, snake puzzle. Yay. But, so when we saw this challenge, like when we saw the pan over.
Obstacle.
Yes.
Then snake
maze.
Check.
Obstacle puzzle, obstacle maze.
Ooh.
Because, so when we got the flyover, I was like, oh, it's the giant snake challenge. Like, that's what I thought it was immediately.
Right, I thought they were going to have to bring the snake through the thing.
I was like, oh, Lord, they're doing the exhausting task day 5. Jeez. No. But it was similar enough that I liked how different it was. But with this one, we are just carrying a bag of rice.
Yep.
How rude.
Very rude. Because I was like, why are you making them carry rice? You want to go get them in the end? Like, just wasting rice.
We'll talk about it.
But they have to carry the rice in the water and from the water through a hole because it's over to this cage. Everybody has to go over this cage. They put through a hole, and once they get the thing on the thing, they have to have a maze. They have a maze key where their key is held, so they have to blindly move their thing through a maze to get to the hole and get the key out and open the gate. Once they open the gate, they take the rice, throw it on the table, grab this knife, slash
the hell out of this rice.
Just slash it. It was psycho on the rice. Find a ball inside the rice, take the ball, put it on the snake maze. 3 people then have to hold it and maneuver this on this windy snake maze with holes in it and get it to the end and in the last hole. And the first 2 teams who wins gets immunity, and the first team gets a huge fishing kit as their reward, and the second place team gets a smaller but adequate fishing kit. And baby, when I tell you it was back and forth throughout this entire challenge.
Yep.
I was like, oh man, I don't know who's gonna win this.
No, I was really happy to see that it was back and forth so much. I was happy to see that, it seemed like everyone was in it at one point. They all make it to the maze and they're all working on the maze at the exact same time, which I think was really fun. The one hiccup majorly that I would say probably ultimately had something to do with the losers losing. Is Tiana really getting stuck on that blind maze?
Yes.
Because Rome whipped through it, and who was it? Rachel, I think, whipped through it.
Yeah, I think so.
Tiana just got caught up on that blind maze. And then they really, I think both of the other 2 teams, the tribes that won, did a good job at putting, in my opinion, the right people on the maze or on the snake the snake thing. And I think Tuku really didn't. I don't think they put the right person on the blind maze, and I don't think they put the right people on the snake maze. Because for me, I'm not putting 3 guys on a snake maze.
No, because you need some kind of finesse, some kind of just softness to get through that kind of thing, and you got these guys, ooh, like, you know, I'm thinking they thought maybe it was heavy. I'm like, you're not holding it. You just have
But
to.
even if you have like two women and one man in the center, or two men and one woman in the center, like I feel like that kind of balance is a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's why I think ultimately Gata did kind of as well as they did.
Yeah.
Not without Annika and Sam squabbling,
a little bit, but you know,
she was correct.
She was correct
in her just like it wasn't even really a squabble. She was just very direct. And like it was obvious pressure cooker scenario. I don't think that's going to do any good towards Sam not wanting to trust Annika. I'll say that much.
Right.
But she was just very direct. Like, you need to listen to me, please. I can only give you my perspective if I can communicate that to you.
Right.
We need to be working as a team. That's what made this challenge so fun and so interesting, is that it was 3 people on the maze for it.
Right.
I don't even remember who Lavo had on because they kind of slayed it.
They had Rome. They had
Genevieve,
and it was
Kashawn.
Yes,
it was Kashawn. Okay,
it was
cool.
Kashawn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they knock it out of the park, and Gata is right behind.
Yep.
Which means Asia Welch is not the second person voted off of Survivor 47. She didn't even have to compete. She didn't even have to waste her energy in this challenge.
I was here for it. I was like, yes.
Plus, it means that a different tribe is going to tribal, which I think is the first time in a couple of seasons where we're not starting 2 episodes in with a tribe 2 members down.
Absolutely.
And I was happy to see it.
I'm like, I don't want to see
I don't want to see the steamrolls.
Yeah. I want to see it equally distributed, but if Lavo wants to continue to steamroll, I wouldn't be too mad at it, because
I'm not mad at that scenario.
That's the tribe apparently of my choice, because I have so many people on Lavo that I'm like, I don't want to see them go.
Asia, Daddy Saul, Teeny, and Kashawn.
Period.
And I guess Genevieve.
She can go at any time she want to go. But just, it don't have to be right now.
Rome is fine.
He alright. He a little annoying, but he alright. Which we didn't talk about a little bit, because Rome was starting to get nervous too, because he just talk. He can do everything. He knows everything. He done everything.
You would think Sue was on Lavo with how she was talking about fucking TK. No, you need to be on Lavo
and deal with Rome.
Because Sue would crack under the pressure.
Oh my God, because Rome was going in. He knew everything. He knew Michael Jackson moves. He knew how to. He was going to skydive. He was going to sing. He was going to be a rapper. He was going to be an NBA player. I was like, what? Okay,
baby.
All right.
And you're an esports commentator,
right?
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Cool job. Cool job.
Very cool job. I'm gonna say this, and this is no disrespect to Rome, because I do like him from what I know of him. Oh, he reminds me of so many people I know and work with. And not in a good way.
He reminds me of a lot of people who they're like, anytime you say anything, they're like, oh yeah, I've done that. Oh yeah, I've done this. Oh yeah, I've done that too. That was a specialty of mine in college. Like everything.
Right, literally.
Have done everything. Like everything is, oh, I did that in school. I majored in that in college. Oh, I've done that in my career. Oh, I've done that in a regular job. Like everything, you've done everything. Oh, I'm kind of an expert at that. It's like, okay. Yes, I've done tap, ballet, hip hop, and jazz. And I was an avid art major. And so I do artwork and sculpting and painting and photography. Oh, but I also work in auto mechanics, because I work on cars and motorcycles and trucks. But I also work in the kitchen because I'm a culinary artist and I'm a pastry chef. And I'm like, bruh, when do you sleep? If you do all of that, when do you sleep? Ever in life? And I'm fluent in 3 different languages. Like, okay, stop. Okay.
All right, diva, we get it.
We get it. Like, it's, and I don't want to, like, knock people for doing a lot of things because you could do a lot of things, but come on. Come on.
Baby.
Come on.
Baby.
But yeah, but they won. Lavo Gotcha. And then what we did talk about in between the middle of this game happening, we had Rachel, who I thought it was a genius idea to do.
Genius.
She was taking the rice from the bag and putting it in her pocket. She was like, because why would we waste rice? Absolutely. Why would we waste food? Why would we do that here? That's crazy. So she was taking it and putting rice in both of her pockets. And I'm like, you go, girl. I hope they don't catch you. Even though the camera went on us, so I'm like, they did catch you, but I hope they just let you go.
And we made it through all of the congratulations, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, she's going to get away with it now.
Thank you, Jeff. Pros. Let her go. He was like, before you go, Gotta, Rachel, did I spy you putting rice in your pocket? And she was like, you saw nothing. And he was like,
you saw nothing, Jeff?
And I was like, dang it, Jeff. You're going to let her take that rice. That would have been smart and intuitive. And that is the epitome of outwitting, outplaying all of these people.
Outlasting.
That is the epitome of outwit, outplay, outlast.
But it's only outwit, outplay, outlast when it comes to the other 17 people you're competing against, not production.
Don't outwit, outlast, outplay production, because maybe that's what she would have done if she would have got away with it. She outwitted production. But I'm like, why would you just let her take it? Why would you just not let her take it? Like, duh. But he made her empty her pockets, so she had to get rid of all the rice. I was like, boo, tomato.
Boo, Jeff, tomato.
Jeff. Ugh, like, duh. But so we get back to
Jeff.
Right, boo, Jeff. Tuku has to give up their flint, and then they have to go on back. Luckily, they had embers left in their fire, so they can start their fire back up. So that was good.
Yeah. And this whole segment basically becomes: are we taking out arguably the physically strongest member of our tribe, or Sue?
And it would have been an easy choice if TK didn't sit there at the challenge and Jeff was like, you all are smiling. Tiana, you're smiling. And you just lost. She's like, I mean, I'm just trying to stay positive because, you just have to stay positive.
And while she's saying that, TK's like, no, I'm not going to hide anything. I'm angry. And I'm angry. And we go back to camp. And Tiana is talking about TK getting mad at the challenge. And the boys, of course, are like, TK, you need to wrap it up here, bud. Because Tiana's over there talking about you and all this. And so they're doing their whole thing. TK just straight up goes to Tiana and goes, if you have something to say it to my face, basically. And honestly, I don't blame TK for this move. I don't believe TK understood the amount of danger he was in at that moment. And I feel like if he had just, he could have said, if you have something to say to me, say it to my face, without saying that exactly.
Yeah.
And that's basically what he said exactly.
He literally, okay, here's my thing. You don't talk to people like that. You just don't talk to people like that, especially people you don't know, especially when you're about to go up for a vote. Even if you think you're safe, even if you think you're in a good position, you don't talk to people like that. And so my problem is him, just like when Kyle brings this up to him and like Tiana's a little annoyed with how you talk to her. at the challenge, and you might want to apologize. And he's like, his ego got in the way. I apologize. I ain't apologizing for nothing. I don't feel like I need to apologize. Bro, this is Survivor. This is a game. Even if you don't feel the need to apologize, even if you don't think you're wrong in any situation, your job is to make sure that nobody is upset with you. Your job is to make sure you're in such a good position that people feel like they want you around. And if somebody feels disrespected by you, even if your intention wasn't to be disrespectful, but they took it as being disrespectful, then you have to fix it so you're not seen as being disrespectful. So, bruh, your job is to make sure she's not feeling disrespected. So you go over there and be like, hey, look, I just want to let you know that I wasn't trying to be mean or rude or upset when at the challenge. It came to my attention that you were a little upset, and I don't want you to be upset with me. I'm not upset with you. We lost. We win as a team, we lose as a team. I want you to know I am here for you and with you. So even if you don't mean it, we have all said things to people that we don't mean. We apologize when we don't mean it. We've said, I'm sorry for stuff that we didn't mean, but it was to placate and to keep peace.
Yep.
Sometimes you just have to placate and keep peace, my brother. And you did not do that. You just double down. Like, if you got something to say to me, say it. Well, I just feel like I said what I need to say, and that's what I meant. It wasn't nothing malicious. I just said it. Like, oh, no. I don't know what game you thought you were playing. But you are not the boss here. But that's the problem. He felt like he was king and the boss of the tribe. And
he thought he was untouchable. And unfortunately for him, very touchable.
Very touchable. Everybody.
In more ways than one.
Yeah. And Gabe, Sue, and Caroline sees this tension and they pounce on it. And they go to Tiana, was like, well, not even Gabe, but Gabe sends Sue and Caroline like,
yep,
girl, he talks like so rude to you and to us. I don't like how that man talks to us like that. Like, he don't care nothing about our thoughts and our opinions and how we feel. It's all about him. It's the man and if you know a quickest way to a woman's psyche and mental state when we in a place of trying to figure out what to do, come to us with this. That man is trying to tell you what to do, girl. I'm like, he can't tell. You are a boss. You are the woman who can make your own decisions. You don't need no man to tell you what to do. And we're like, you know what? I don't need no man to tell me what to do. I can do it on my own. I am that boss. I am that bitch. I am that girl. And you can't tell me what to do. And we're like, I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him for sure. And baby, that is what happened. They got to that tribal council and they started talking and T kept talking. Still, like, I just said what I said because I don't want to be on a tribe who is content with losing. Because when we lose like that and we're content with losing, then we get to that place where we get complicit. And I don't want to get complicit in losing. And so that's what I said, and that's what I meant. And I was like,
this baby's about to go home, isn't he?
That is exactly what I was like. I was like, this man's about to go.
And guess what? He went home.
He went home on a 4-1 vote with an idol being played by Gabe. 4-2. Sorry, 4-2. Yeah, 4-2 with an idol being played by Gabe for Gabe. But didn't need it because Gabe got no votes. But I still thought it was a smart move.
I thought it was a smart move too. Did you see the same tweet I did? Because I thought about it and I was like, I wonder why. Because his idol was good for 3 tribals, and I was like, I wonder why he played it. And I didn't think too much about it. Scrolling Twitter last night. I actually want to shout out specifically who the person is because they were really logical about it, and I think it was a lovely logical thing. But he played it on the off because the whole conversation also during Tribal is the conversation around potentially going to Rocks. Yep. And a lot of people are feeling confident. I love also that we saw Sue going, well, I'm confident in going to Rocks. And I'm like, of course you are, Sue. You'd be safe.
Right.
Like,
you would be in the vote,
of course
so you would be safe.
You would be in the vote, so you'd be safe. Exactly. But the idea of Gabe playing his idol on the off chance that it does end up a tie, and if it does go to Rocks, Gabe wasn't going to be a part of those Rocks.
Sure would.
I love the move.
Makes sense.
For all of the missteps Gabe made in this episode, this one move shows me, oh, okay, there is a strategic bone in your body. All right, then. Noted.
And for all the stuff that everybody was so suspicious about him about in the beginning, he put it out there. He got rid of it. He ain't got it no more. So ain't no reason to be suspicious of Gabe no more. We don't have to be like, oh, Gabe got this idol. It's played. It's done.
Not anymore.
I don't have it no more. So what y'all suspicious about now? And then they just gained another number in Tiana.
Yep.
I feel bad for Kyle. I really like Kyle.
I feel so bad for Kyle.
But I think Kyle could bounce back. I really do.
I think so too.
And I
did you see?
Go ahead.
Or did you see the secret scene with Kyle?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he talks about eating meat for the first time in 8 years. Because he's been vegetarian for 8 years. And he was like, I haven't wanted to harm anything with a heartbeat. And then obviously he's going to do it because he's on Survivor and he needs nutrients. But it was just like one of those like, oh. See, it makes me like Kyle a little bit more. And my entire conversation last night with my roommate, I could not remember his name. I could not remember it. And I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I don't remember. Kyle. It's Kyle.
But see, it's so funny. Me and Brooke and Topher were just talking about this because Topher really wants to get on Survivor. And I would love that for him.
Yes.
But he was like, Topher's a vegan. Topher has been a vegan for a while. And Topher's like, I was like, Topher, what would you do on Survivor being a vegan? And because we were talking about the Applebee's challenge. He was like, if they had the Applebee's challenge, he was like, I'm sure they'll probably get me a plant-based burger or something like that. I was like, true. But then I was like, and then Brooke said, Topher, after 20-something days of hunger, you eat the first piece of meat that come your way. You eating, he said, you go be like, it's just for one day. I'm just gonna eat it and be good. And I'll go back to veganism once I leave the show. And Topher was like, I don't think I was like, nah, you eating it. You eating it. And we wouldn't blame you. And even vegans wouldn't be mad at you.
I would hope that they would have some like vegan food at Ponderosa. I would hope so.
Well, we're talking about on the island. Like,
on the island? Oh, absolutely.
I was like, oh, you eating
I'm having eggs. I'm having the sauce. If I make it to day 26, I'm having the eggs. I'm having the sausage. I'm having the bacon. I'm having the milk. All of it.
Like, I'm eating everything. And then I'll go back to my veganism after the show is over.
Right.
But yeah, that was funny.
I love that for Topher, and I love that for Kyle, too. Yes. It was one of those things that I was like, oh, you're in the secret scene. You're probably not gonna win.
I feel bad.
But
I really do like Kyle.
The person who got the secret scene last week, Sue. And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But that is that. Yeah, so
we did it. We talked about it. We're gonna be back next week to talk about all things Survivor and what's to come. Follow us on this channel. Subscribe. Do all the things. Hit the buttons. Go to our descriptions below where we have all of our links to all of our YouTube channels. Go subscribe to all of those channels as well as our audio podcast links is down there. So you can listen to us on the go, as well as our Patreon. So you can check out our early access content and our exclusive content as well. And join our our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you get your cup merch. Period. Not exclusively, but including our cup mug and any of our cup merch.
Different direction this time.
Yeah, you switched us. It's all your fault.
I did.
And so, on that note, we're just going to get out of here because we survived. Period. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.